Hi everyone, my name's Souji. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm here with my friend Smári. Smári, do you want to tell us about yourself?
Hi, my name is Smári and I come from Iceland. I've lived in Reykjavik and surrounding areas my whole life. I'm 22 years old and now Souji and I are studying together.
Yeah, so we both are doing our masters together, and I met him because we had summer classes and I saw him on the Zoom and thought, his name looks Icelandic. And I reached out to him when I went to Iceland. So we're here today because I wanted to film a video or two with him about Icelandic culture and language. So I'm gonna split this video into two parts, one on Icelandic culture and then one on Icelandic, the language. So first we're gonna start with the culture in this video. And today I'm drinking Noël en Istanbul from L'Autre. So let's hop right in. So the first question I had for you was, could you talk a little bit about traditional Icelandic food? Like, what do you normally eat? And do you guys actually eat whales? Because I've seen that a lot when I was there in museums and things.
We do eat whales, mainly just one type of whale. And we also eat shark, fermented shark. But it's not traditional food. It's not something we eat every day. But in February each year, there's like kind of a festival. And that's where you eat these things. But the whale is sort of just like a steak. Mm-hmm. So you could eat that at any time of the year. But classic Icelandic food would be lamb. Lamb is really popular, just the Icelandic lamb. And then we eat a lot of fish, and that's maybe haddock and cod, mm-hmm. which are like maybe the two most popular. And then also salmon, I guess.
Okay.
And of course some other fish.
So, do you guys eat dairy and rice? Like, is that also a heavy part of the diet?
Yeah, dairy is. We have the Icelandic equivalent of yogurt, which is Skyr.
Yes, I'm a huge fan.
Tried it, yeah. It's a little healthier than yogurt with more protein, mm-hmm. and it's often eaten just without any sugar, just like the pure Skyr. Mm-hmm. And that's very popular. Our friend Ingi loves Skyr. And what you said, rice.
Yeah, or pasta, or like any type of grain.
No, I think maybe the traditional would be just potatoes.
Okay.
That's kind of what we eat with the lamb, with the fish, mm-hmm. everything. But maybe in like past, 50 years, we've been eating more of like rice and, mm-hmm. and pasta. Yeah. So
is it true that Icelandic vegetables are smaller than regular ones because of harvest season being shorter?
I think the ones that we grow in Iceland are probably smaller because we of course just use like greenhouses, and there's not a lot of sun. Mm-hmm. So, and it's also pretty cold, so I could believe,
Yeah. Speaking of greenhouses, I visited Friðheimar. Yeah, it's like a famous tomato greenhouse. And that's where I learned about like sustainable Icelandic greenhouse farming. Mm-hmm. Moving on to one topic that I want to talk to you about: energy costs and geothermal energy.
Geothermal energy, both heating and electricity, is very cheap in Iceland, and heating is almost just free, mm-hmm. pretty much. And the electricity, it's all sustainable electricity. And it is also very cheap compared to most other countries.
Yeah, so while I was there, I did take really hot showers at the end of every day, and the tour guides were all like, don't worry, you basically don't pay for heating.
Yeah, you really don't have to worry. And yeah, like hot water is basically free. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That sounds so lovely. So next thing I wanted to ask you about was Icelandic horses. Mm-hmm. Do you know anything about them?
So we have our own species, I guess, of horses, and they are nothing like the American horse. They're a lot smaller, and some would call them ponies, mm-hmm. but they're not ponies. They're bigger than ponies and smaller than like the American horse. And what's maybe special about them is that they have 5, what you call gaits, or 5 like types of walking.
Oh, okay.
Well,
mm-hmm.
I think most other have only 4.
Okay.
And so you can't bring horses into Iceland So if a horse leaves for maybe the World Championship, which is often in Germany, because there's a lot of Icelandic horses in Germany, then he can never come back.
Okay.
Just to protect the species.
Yeah, so I learned at the National Museum of Iceland that all of the horses there currently are the same species as like what the Old Norse people brought over.
Yeah.
That's very neat.
Yeah, so there have been no new horses coming to Iceland since maybe then. Yeah.
The last thing I wanted to ask you about for today is if you could talk a little bit about the government system. So I know it's a democracy, but like, how are you affiliated with the European Union or like with Europe? And do you have a parliament or a president? And actually, fun fact, when I met him in Iceland, we walked past the Reykjavik City Hall and he pointed out that the Minister for the Environment was standing outside talking while we were there.
Okay, sure. So we have a parliament with 63 members, which is a lot of members for 300,000 people.
Yeah.
But yeah, sure. So 63 members. We have a president, but he only has a veto power. He has no real power. So I guess the most powerful person in the government would be just the prime minister.
Okay.
And the president is more just like a gathering symbol, sort of, yeah.
So I heard that your elections are sort of similar to ours in that, the rural people have a lot more power than people in the city.
Yeah, sure, that's true. So it doesn't really depend on how many people live in the area, rather just how big the area is or something like that. And maybe what's also different from the US is that we have a lot of parties. I think we have 10 parties now, but maybe 10, 15 years ago there were only 4 or 5. But like after, I guess, the financial crisis in 2008, there have been a lot of new parties. And so yeah, it's a little different, and all of them are kind of left-leaning. They would all be like Democrats or more left-leaning. So I guess maybe our most right-leaning party would be something maybe perhaps similar to the Democrats, but still more left-leaning. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, how is Iceland affiliated with Europe? Like, is there like a group or anything?
We are part of what they call EFTA, which is like a little union that is associated with the European Union. But we're not part of the European Union. We are in EFTA with, I think, Norway, Liechtenstein, Switzerland, and I think there's maybe one other.
Oh, so the countries that aren't in the EU.
Pretty much. Yeah. And we have our own currency that is not connected to the euro. But I mean,
the Icelandic krona.
Yeah, the Icelandic krona. But we have there are a lot of like European Union laws that are effective in Iceland, but not all of them.
Okay, well, that was all the questions I had for him today about culture, and if you want to know anything else, I see him every day in class, so if you comment below, I can ask him and reply. So I will be releasing part 2 of this video on the Icelandic language next week. If you like this video, please
like and subscribe.
So if you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button down below and subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye!